Alright, so we're up by 25. I don't think he's going to do anything here without Heart of Terror. 18. Von Hearst is spawning his points still. Let's pass. This will be rough. I'm not sure how much he has to commit here. Heart of Terror is approximately 20. Didn't do the exact count. Okay, he does have it. It's probably enough. Oh, and it's not enough. So we get 4 points on turn end. Oh, he counted wrong. Come on, man. Von Hearst spawning triggers the guy's effects. See, I thought we were going to be good because we'd have to get rid of a leader charge. And we wouldn't have to deal with Heart of Terror, but he actually just went down 2 cards. Today we're going to be playing the Firesworn Swarm deck again. It got a lot of big buffs, and I think we'll talk about those real quick before we get into the games. So, one of the things is a couple cards got cleric tags, Cyrus being one of them. Really handy to synergize with the Von Hearst, which we'll get to right now. So he got changed. So instead of having Horde, which is why I didn't play him before, because I thought the Horde was really awkward. In this deck, if you have a cleric spawn a zealot, this is really helpful. And they're thinking zealot tags, you can have that pretty consistently. And this spawning a zealot every turn is really strong. It's 2 points a turn just at face value. And then you have synergies with your spawning. So this is a really, really strong engine card. Now, the opponent probably wants to deal with this one. Excommunication, losing provision is really nice. And so is Roderick, who I didn't include before, but at 6 provisions, I think he's pretty good. At 7, it was kind of awkward. But for 6, I can tolerate this guy. He's not bad. He has the 1 coin a turn engine. It's really one of the only coin generations you have, so it's nice to have him in the deck. Then we have the Nation here. So, destroy an allied unit and play a 4 provision cost Firesworn unit. Increase provision cost by the destroyed unit. Now, this is one of the cards we'll spend the most time talking about here. This is really good. And the reason why is if you take a look, most commonly you're going to use this on a 2-point token, which gives you a 6, and there are exactly 3 choices. You will always get to pick either Possession of Penance, Roderick, or Fallen Knight. Now, early in the round, if they kill your Fallen Knight earlier, so you make Ulrich and they kill the Fallen Knight, and then the next one, you can use it to make a Fallen Knight off of a token. Really handy if you're going to want more engine power. You can go with Roderick too. If you have, say, Helvede in your hand, and you want more coins later on, you could go for that. And if you want a finisher, you can use it to make a Procession of Penance. So you have the flexibility in an engine card, sort of in between, partially an engine card and partially more value because it spawns that footman. So this is worth 7, plus you get the coin. This is worth the value of the spawn guys. This is a 12 if you have it. So really flexible, very, very good. And one other thing to note here is if you look at the Firesworn units for a second, their only thing you have to keep in mind is you're only going to get a 5 or higher, and 5s you need damage. But if you can do it on a 4, you're guaranteed to get Von Hearst. Now that he's very strong, that's an option you might want to consider. Because you can get Von Hearst or Leboyja, because you can create it, so you can pick between them. And then that is the... and then the other notable ones are if you can destroy 10 is obviously Inquisitor, Helvede, 11 Ulrich, but the really big one here is if you can destroy an 8, which we'll get to in a second. If you destroy an 8 for this, you can get Cyrus or Jacques, guaranteed to pick one of these two. That's really good. And the reason why I say getting 8's not too bad is if we have the rework to Eternal Fire Inquisitor, which I think is pretty good. So, destroy a token and boost self by 4. That puts him to 8, and after 2 turns spawn a base copy of the token. Now, he's essentially an 8 for 4 with a spawn, if you wait the 2 turns, which you will unless he dies. So he's really, really strong. This is a fantastic card. So in combination with that, you can also use the this guy on it, destroy it, and make your second Jacques or Cyrus. Really handy to use that. And the last of the changes here we'll talk about real quick here are the Cleric. Got +1 profit, not too big a deal. We are running 1 because transforming into the Footmans is really handy against Elves when they have Vernaciel, because you can have an armor on that token and block damage with that. And it's also handy against stuff like Frost or, well, not Frost, the Skellige ones that do random damage. And then the last card here is going to be the Cleric, or Disciple. He also got the Cleric tag, and now he has a V1 instead of 2. This is really nice. Before he was sort of a 5 for 4, that wasn't great. If you needed to spawn tokens, you could. Now he actually generates a point every time you use his ability, which is significantly better. Quite like this. But yeah, that'll be the deck. Went over most of the cards here. Everything else is pretty standard. Those are the changes. We are going with a Junior for a bit of removal. But other than that, pretty standard here. Let's get into some games. Alright, as we get into our first game here, if you guys like the stuff we do on the channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe, see what we've got going on. If you want to see other decks or even the other series we're doing, make sure to do that if you want to. Alright, first opponent here will be our, interesting, Precision Strike. Let's see, this is our last game here before Pro Rank, assuming we win, which I'm going to assume. I'm just kidding. This might be a little difficult. If it's a very heavy control deck with Madoc being the key here. If it's a Madoc deck, we might have a little bit of trouble, as he will be able to deal with a lot of our tokens. However, on the other hand, if it is a Madoc deck, we can try and get value out of our armor, transforming the Zealots into the Firesworn, Flaming Rose Footmans, I mean. Okay, didn't open with a Saskia Commander, so already that's a good sign. The question is, do we try and push him uneven here? We have a very strong way to do that if we go Ulrich, Fallen Knight, which we will do. So he probably can kill this, but if we don't try, because he has the order on the bomb guy. Oh, he's just going to Vigo's muzzle. Okay. Well, Vigo's muzzle's down. If we go for the other Fallen Knight, there's a 50-50 chance he kills it. But we need one in our graveyard anyway for Cyrus, since he stole that one. And we need to play this. Okay, he did kill it. That's probably okay. He's got his own engines going. Question is, do we want to keep going or not? We do not have a cleric for Lieutenant von Hearst. We could go Congregate, maybe. We can go Roderick. Maybe generate coin. Generate some coins, I mean. I guess he doesn't have a lot of points. Okay, there's 2 points a turn. That's still manageable, but we don't want to commit too hard here. I think we maybe go for a Congregate. Maybe, let's go Disciple, actually. He's a cleric, so if we need Von Hearst, we can get Von Hearst out after this. And he does generate us a point each turn. And then we get the 1 coin from Roderick, which we're going to spend on this fee each turn. Okay, that's too much, though. That's 4 points a turn. And I think we're going to be done here. Go to round 2. He does get what he wanted. I'm pretty sure he got what he wanted, at least. But we have a really strong hand still. We did lose Ulrich, which is pretty big. But he also lost his Vigo's muzzle. And that's kind of an even trade in my mind. Question is this going to be a Simloss deck with the Waylays? Or is it going to be more of a control deck? More... Okay, what do we have here? I don't think we need 2 Congregates. 1 Keeper... Wow, the Keeper of the Eternal Flame, by the way. We have that in here as a potential finisher. It's boosting our O's really good. Sometimes you get in a situation where... Well, a lot of times you have a pretty full row, and you have some... With everything... Well, not everything. With the added Cleric tags, his fee getting reduced... Or his tribute getting reduced in cost. It usually only costs you 2 or 3. Sometimes it costs you 1 or 0 to get that full row boost. It's certainly worth it in that case, but I don't want too many. Alright, so this is just going to be a big tempo play he's going for on his leader charges then. We'll go Von Hearst with our cleric guy out here. He's going to have to deal with this, but once he deals with this, we should be fine to go with Cyrus and bring back Fallen Knight if we need to. We just kind of need the leader charges to be gone before we do that. Yep. Von Hearst is going to die. This is going to be a big play for him. Okay, that's fine. But now we can go with our Cyrus if we want to. I think that's probably a choice. It's a big commitment. But if we look in our deck, still have Jacques, Dice Array. We don't have a lot of choices. We could also make a Fallen Knight off of this. That wouldn't be bad. Let's do that. Let's make the Fallen Knight. Without leader charges, I don't think he can kill this second Fallen Knight. He might have the melee elf, though, 3 damage elf. Nope, he's in a Great Oak. He's committing a lot of provisions here. Yeah, Cyrus certainly isn't a bad call here. If he's Great Oaking down that Fallen Knight, there's a chance he actually can't kill our Cyrus. Actually, a pretty good chance he can't kill it. Let's see what he goes for. Oh, Gezras. Okay. Probably should have put all of our stuff in the ranged row. Thinking about it a little bit more here. We have a Fallen Knight. No, we just have the Disciple. Disciple's not too bad, though. We'll bring him back. He's got that fee. We can use that to spawn some guys. We have excommunication here. By the way, we really like this going down to 5 versions. There's another Fallen Knight. Or we can go with the Disciple. This is our last Fallen Knight we could possibly get. So let's go Disciple here. The other reason for this is we're going to need to fill these rows up pretty quickly. The Fallen Knight we could go with. We don't have any spawners except Helvede in our hand. I think we really need to save Helvede for round 3. So Gazros here for his big boost. We do have Cyrus. We don't have anything else for him to summon. Let's kill Gazros here. We could have killed Gazros before, but I wanted to get our own stuff going a little bit more. And his boosting his range throws a +4. Us getting out some stuff was probably, I thought, a little bit better. We could go with a leader charge here. And we could go with the second one to get up a card. I think we will. That makes this a little bit better. Okay, that's not too scary. Cyrus goes. This congregation will secure the round for sure. It's just too many points here. We could go bank instead, though. Let's see what... I'm on Dice Array, so we get the Echo. The congregation we could have gone for. The thing I didn't quite like about it... this will give us the plus. The tribute pay here costs us 1. And that's a whole row boost. Like I was saying, the reason I wanted to get the Dice Array so badly is because we want that Echo, and we definitely want to keep Helvede. And the reason I didn't end up playing Congregate there is because if we go Congregate right there, we are really running out of ways to spawn stuff round 3. Like, Helvede gives us 2, and then we want the Congregate for 3 more, and that should give us enough to potentially boost. So we didn't really want to throw that out. Okay, that's a good card. That's not bad. Double Congregate. Really wish we had the Dice Array here. We only have 1 crime for Ferko, so we have to keep that in mind. If we draw Ferko, we can't redraw. We'll put this back in case we do draw Ferko here. Okay. No Dice Array this game, but we have a card advantage. We do have 1 leader charge, and we do have to end with this Procession of Penance. The Jacques here will be pretty good. We don't actually have any fees other than our Helvede, so we'll try and get some coins for him if possible with our ability here. Yeah. Okay, that pretty much secures a win for us. That's pretty much GG. Really teched for the mirror match, I guess, for the other Scoia'tael decks, but there's no way that's going to be sufficient. There's no way he can win this game if he has that for a Hypervision card left in his hand this round. Like, the only chance he has here is if he has Simloss, double, Lacerate. That's his only shot at winning this game. He's got Simloss, double, Lacerate, and then something else crazy in his hand. Even then, don't know that'll be enough. Yeah, even if he does, that's still not enough. Throw our Procession of Penance down. Just in case he has that Lacerate, we want to throw this out before we would have to damage itself. But I'm pretty sure this is a GG here. There's the Yrden into the Igni. Okay. And that'll be a GG from us. Interesting game here. Good start. Good start. Got our first win in here. Let's go to the next one. Alright, who will be our second opponent? Off the books. Okay, this is interesting. Are now in pro rank, so no more names. How sad. Oh well. We have 2 disciples. I really like the disciple now. But, see, we have Helvede. He's really good. Let's see, what else do we do? I don't think we want a cleric here. Inquisitor, I do want to try and at least use here. We probably don't need 2 disciples. Probably. Or 2 congregates. We got 2 Inquisitors, though. But yeah, if the Inquisitor's ability goes off, he's an 8 for 4. That is very, very good. Throw this guy out here. He's probably going to have some type of removal here. Maybe Professor. It'd probably be Professor if he does have some. And he's going to want to use Professor on this over Fallen Light, because on Fallen Light he doesn't get the bounty. Could have some other damage, though. It's certainly not the only thing they run. Although, without coin setup, he's not going to be playing a Freak Show. Freak Show has a little 1 provision nerf. And there is a Professor. And we can tell right away he does have the King of Beggars. He's going to have Junior, too. Those are his removal cards. We can go Helvede. And then save Ulrich, because we don't have anything good for Ulrich. And with Helvede, at least, we can use this Tiger's Eye, and we can spawn a whole bunch of these Zealots. And put a lot of threat out here. If he has a Junior, I'll probably kill Helvede now. And once he does that, I think we're pretty secure. Although he could have a Philippa. Philippa we do have to keep in mind of we definitely do not want Philippa taking our Fallen Knights. We need them in our graveyard to bring back with Cyrus. Oh, is he going to Philippa the Helvede? Is that what's going on here? He is going to Philippa our Helvede. Okay. So we got rid of no Professor, no Philippa. That's really a lot of high-value cards he's used. Let's just see if we can't keep pressuring with the bronzes without falling too far behind. One nice thing here is we do actually have Ulrich onto one of these Inquisitors if we need it. It'll be a 3... Well, he gets a Spender now from Helvede, but that's not too bad. The poison not going to get a lot of value here. Let's just destroy a token. And that'll spawn. So nice 8-point play there. But like I was saying, if we really need to Ulrich onto one of these Inquisitors will play for, what is that, 13? It's pretty good. And the really nice thing about the Inquisitor with a 2-turn, end of turn, is that if you play it and then pass the next turn, it still triggers, right? Because we play it, that's 1. It comes back to us, that's 2. It comes back. So, pretty nice. There's that second poison. He's only up by 4 points, so no need to go crazy here. I think we'll play this and just assume we're not playing Ulrich this round. We'll spawn a guy. We do have our excommunication here. If we need to Junior, we could Junior. But I don't think we want to. The nice thing here is we're pressuring him. Well, he's trying to pressure us with heavy gold cards, but we've managed to get away with mostly bronzes so far. Savvy Huckster. So we spawn our 2-point guy here. I don't really want to go into a tied round, so let's go with Congregation. And this way, if we excommunicate into a way to get our Ferco or our Dice Array, we can play that and have a really big swing card. It's a decent chance of that happening because we could see either Ferco, Bank, or Dice Array. Bank obviously not being a guarantee, but it's another option we could have to see it. So there's a pretty decent chance we get it. That's what. Looking at 3 cards, we want to see 1 of 3. 2 of them are definitely better, though. It's not a bad chance at all. Okay, he's just going to pass. He probably assumes we have access to the Dice Array. It's a good assumption by him, but in this case we don't. Although we could get it, like I said. And if we didn't get it, there's plenty of value cards we could play. We're definitely going to be pressuring him here, I think. He has no coin bank, which means in order to remove stuff, he needs to immediately use his leader charges. And we have Ulrich Fallen Knight. So, if he has Junior here, Junior comes down and kills these, which would be annoying, but then we can go in with the second Fallen Knight. And then if that fails, he'll have to Freak Show us. Well, he'll have to Freak Show us. And then we can go with Cyrus and bring them back, and I think he'll be out of removal. Because we'll Junior his Freak Show and then go into Cyrus. And he shouldn't have any removal left that doesn't require bounties. And in that case, the Cyrus will bring back the Fallen Knights. Fallen Knights will be safe. Unless he has more release, but with Cyrus, either the Fallen Knight or Cyrus will live. We'll just do this here. We're going all in this round. That was a very, very slow play by him, and he couldn't cancel the Fallen Knights. That tells me that this is our round to go for it. And it's a GG. He didn't have it. Yeah. So the last game, the end of the game, like I said, we identified that he played a very slow play right away, right? And then he didn't answer our engines. So if we just go all in on those engines, I was pretty sure there's no way he could deal with it, right? Because he need to have coins for Freak Show to remove multiple things, and if he didn't have Freak Show, well, that wasn't going to work out. And if you did have Freak Show, we could still go Cyrus to bring them back after killing the Freak Show, so we were in a really good spot. Okay, this time we're going up against Enslave. Kind of talked over our hand here. It's pretty normal. We have a lot of engines here. I kept more than the normal number of engines I would keep. We have both of these guys, and then the one Fallen Knight and Ulrich, so potentially 4. The reason for that is he's going to have a lot of tactics. So I expect more engines to die than I normally would. Assassination, yep, there's one down. We'll go with another one. Oh, is he gonna meme on us? Someone did this earlier in one of my warm-up games, where they went with the make 5 mushy truffles for round 2. We did win that game, because the interesting thing is we can't stop this strategy. We don't have control. Like, we can't actually stop this, so we can only outpoint it round 1, then try and deal with it in a long round 3 or 2. So what's probably going to happen here, I'll explain this deck, he's going to play a whole bunch of these guys. With Operators, with Megascopes, with Artorias Vigo. I got a whole bunch of them. And then he's going to swap into our graveyard, the Mushy Truffle. And then he's going to put a whole bunch of Mushy Truffles on top of his deck. Removes all of our engines again. Yeah. So then once you have all the Mushy Truffles on top of your deck, you play them round 2, get 5 Mushy Truffles of carryover, potentially 6 if you have a draw card. And then you go into round 3 with 5 orders on Mushy Truffle ready. And then you draw more Mushy Truffles. And you try and do a whole bunch of stuff with the Illusionist. Our kind of issue here is that we're going for a pretty hard push round 1. We want to make sure we win round 1. And ideally we want to end this game in 2 rounds. If it goes to round 3, that carryover will be too problematic for us. And the other thing is that Illusionist will be spawning Fallen Knights off of us if we ever play them, and we're going to have to play them. So, what on earth? Is this a mill deck? I mean, I guess we go Roderick here, but we could just go for Congregation. We've got a Fallen Knight out, right? Get more coins this way. I am so confused. Why is this a mill deck? I thought this was the Meme Mushy Truffle deck. Whatever. I guess this guy's playing mill. Not sure about that. We could spend these 3 coins. Just go Excommunication here. We don't actually have a Cleric. We can play one. And if it's mill, this commitment's warranted. Let's put him here. If we put a melee, Assassination kills him. He's shown us Assassination. Oh, he might have wanted to play it otherwise. But the other thing is, I want to get this Excommunication in our graveyard so his can't get anything good off of these guys. I'm just so confused right now. There's the teleport. Yeah, it's a mill deck. Weird. Helvid's our cleric, so we'll play him melee. We'll transform with these fees. Well, 1 fee, so we get our full coin value here. Spawn 4. The reason we went ranged with Von Hearst, by the way, other than the assassination, is we should point out that our Helvid is going to be spawning a lot of guys. And that's a pass. So, I guess his mill failed. I'm very confused by this deck. But we're in a situation where we're very advantageous. Or we have a very advantageous situation here. He's used his Enslave. We have all 3 of our Congregates left. And we are the ones in control of this round. And we have Jocks. If any... Yeah, this should be fine. We'll go Disciple here. The only thing we're really missing is Cyrus. But we're going to push here no matter what, because I have no idea what he's doing. I think it's Mill, but that'd be really weird. Why is there Nilfgaardian Knights? Do you have a Geralt? Do you have a Yurden in here? Weird. Let's just get our Fallen Knight. There he is. He's not safe from assassination in the range row, so we'll just go all in with our charges here. Get him to 7, so it's really hard for him to kill. And we're just going to go for a 2-0 here, because we're not going to deal with whatever his scam is. I think it's a mill. I really don't know. Pay the tribute here. We're spawning. We'll spawn 2 more with this cleric guy, then go Procession of Penance and into Dice Array. Oh, I know what his deck is, by the way. I think we've identified what it is. He's got 29 cards. Well, he spawned... No, he created some. Never mind. He's not playing that deck with the Colgrims. I am so confused. But he lost, so... He's not going to have 44 points in these 2 cards unless he has a Yurden. But that's not going to be enough either, because we split our guys up pretty well. Yeah, I really don't know what that game was. If you guys know what that deck was, let me know. Alright, let's go into another game here. This time... Oh, okay, Onslaught. Interesting. We do have one concern here. Is that in my games, at least, it's been a little more popular for Onslaught to be running Wild Boar of the Sea, which has incredible value against us. Which means we definitely want to do transforms. We want to be transforming our Firesworn Zealots into the Flaming Arrows Footman round 3 if we have the option to. Because that threat of Wild Boar of the Sea is too big to ignore. The other option here is we kind of just... Well, we're definitely going to be going for round control. We definitely want the round control because we don't want to go into a short round 3 against most people. With Helvede, it's not the worst thing. If you got like Ulrich, Fallen Knight, Helvede for a hand round 3, you can go for that. Although that's not usually what's going to happen. Alright, let's see if he's got a Gutting Slash here. Probably does. Oh, he's going to go with this guy. We could just answer that with Junior and prevent armor buildup. That's probably the best choice. It's going to give him too much armor otherwise, so I think we have to go for this. It does mean our only control tool is gone, but I think it'll find its most value here. Because the without the armor, his Croc won't be too scary. Okay, he's picking for Croc, I think, right now. That will come down, but his damage each other thing won't be too bad if it's just killing off our tokens. It will kill off our tokens, but we have a hand that can spawn a lot of them, so I don't think we're in danger of running out. Let's go Ulrich here on our Fallen Knight. This will either prompt him to do removal or prompt him to kind of plan on passing here. He doesn't have the 2 Bloodthirst or Gutting Slash, which is pretty good. Okay. And Ulrich has 2 armor, so he'll block this first damage each other ability. Oh, Black Hand, 50-50. He lost his 50-50. That's pretty good for us. We can go with Fallen Knight, or we can go with a Disciple here. We'll go Disciple. Alright, Fallen Knight, if it takes damage, we have a 50-50 again. But he also has to damage it. Okay, he is going to damage it. Ooh, that's a lucky Black Hand shot right there. We go with our second Disciple, probably. Or we can go with our Fallen Knight. Let's go with the second Fallen Knight here. He's got a 50-50 again, but that's fine. Or no, he doesn't have 50-50 again. He's going to have to hit our Fallen Knight with Croc to get a 50-50. And I'm not sure he wants to count on that. He is going to go for it. Yeah, he'll probably get it this time. Yeah, he got it this time. That's fine. We'll spawn a guy. Let's Let's go with another Disciple, spawn a guy, and we've got a pretty fair lead here. And he's committed quite a bit. I mean, we did too. Ulrich's not a small commitment, and neither is Junior. It's their only control tool, but as long as we have round control, we should be able to get out Fukusha round 2, most likely. Okay, that's fine. We'll spawn more guys. Spawn more guys. Let's go for an excommunication. Von Hearst is really good here. Really, really good. His ability at end of turn will be spawning us an extra 4 points as long as these guys are still ticking. We just do have to keep in mind Morkvarg Heart of Terror does exist. So Fallen Knight's not a guarantee to keep its points around. He's going to move Von Hearst. It's fine. We do have Dice Array we could go for. It's not too bad. We get the Death Blow, so we actually boost Junior, but we're not going to Death Blow that. Let's do this. Actually, we should have checked. Does he have a pirate? No, it's a ship. Dang. Oh well. We lost 1 point there. Alright, so we're up by 25. I don't think he's going to do anything here without Heart of Terror. 18. Von Hearst is spawning us points still. Let's pass. This will be rough. I'm not sure how much he has to commit here. Heart of Terror is approximately 20. Didn't do the exact count. Okay, he does have it. It's probably enough. Oh, and it's not enough. So we get 4 points on turn end. Oh, he counted wrong. Come on, man. Von Hearst spawning triggers the guy's effects. See, I thought we were going to be good because he'd have to get rid of a leader charge. And we wouldn't have to deal with Heart of Terror, but he actually just went down 2 cards. Well, Von Hearst really getting his value there. And this is a situation where we really shouldn't lose. At this point, we really should not lose. The thing is, we do need a bronze card in our hand for round 2. He might get desperate and try and push round 2, knowing he's in this spot, so I'll keep this hand, actually. We might need the Fallen Knight. Alright, we do lose the Fallen Knight here. But a lot of times, in my experience, when someone messes up round 1, they go for all-in 2, round 2. So we had to kind of defend against that. The Fallen Knight's really our big engine card. We'd need that. Because we'd want to go Helveed, and then if he kills Helveed with his double leader charge, we have that. We do have to keep in mind there's a lot of removal potential for his deck round 3. He's got 2 leader charges. He has a Fukusha to revive something. He has Skjordal potentially. If there's no Skjordal, he potentially has Heatwave and Vigo's Muzzle still. Just keep all that in mind. With all that in mind, though, Jacques... I mean, opening Jacques seems decent, but we could also go Helveed. Jacques does give us the coins. That'll be a lot of coins over the course of this round. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other Firesworn cards. That's some good value. Probably 6 because we have Bank. But we do need Cyrus. So I think we withhold the profit here. We're going to withhold this profit. We need to make sure we get Cyrus because we're lacking Fallen Knights here. And Fallen Knight is our big card. So we lose 2 points just from a raw value perspective. We keep 4 coins and lose 6 points. But we really want that Cyrus. Let's just guarantee it. We do lose more points potentially here, but we need to guarantee we get him. Oh, he's the top card of our deck. Oh. Well, we waste his profit then, but... I'd much rather guarantee we have him to get access to our Fallen Knights than not have him. He's going to have to use removal cards. Let's spawn here and protect our Fallen Knight by a point. So he has to kill our Fallen Knight and our Cyrus. Cyrus will die to a leader charge, and it probably will skirtle the Fallen Knight. That's gone. Unfortunately, that's going to be all of our spending. But as long as Jacques is here, we can use him to boost himself and then go for a Helveed, fill up our rows. The problem with Helveed is we have these 2 congregates. So that's going to die and Cyrus is going to die. It's unfortunate. Why is Cyrus still alive? This guy's having an off game here. Feel a little bit bad, but Fallen Knight's right back. Here's a one of these guys. We could have gone Helvede. Could have gone Helvede there, but I didn't want to because I need to know how much space we're gonna have. If we're lacking in space, our Congregate might be dead, and we'd want to spend those coins on Jack's self boost. The other thing is I don't want to commit too hard into Fallen Knight boosts because we do know he has Fukusha. Okay, now we kill Cyrus. We got an extra Fallen Knight off of him not reading very well. Oh, Dire Bear. Interesting play. That's really good for him. Let's just go Procession here. Make it melee. We can spawn a bunch of value from our Helvede here. But we do have to keep in mind that Dire Bear will block the Fallen Knight points. It'll block the Jacques boosting himself. So we do lose out a lot of value. That being said, he has not played Fukusha. Like, this doesn't do anything, but we're going to waste the coins anyway by over-profiting. Let's go with this, spawn some guys. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. The Dice Array will not be boosting our melee row, so that's a lot of points. But that's like 9 points we lose out on. And we just lost out on 5 points. And then we're going to lose out on probably 4 points from Jax eventually. So this Dire Bear is worth about 26. Really good. He could be setting up for a Wild Boar the Sea, we have to remember. That would be the scariest thing he has left, right? Well, actually, we don't have that much damage. We will go... If he have Wild Boar the Sea, does he? I think we go Congregate anyway. If he has Wild Boar the Sea... Let's click this. Oh, yeah, if he has Wild Boar, sorry, that was a mistake. If he has Wild Boar us, we could spawn another guy with Helvede next turn because we'd lose one. But honestly, it's not going to matter. We're up by 30. Okay, we don't even need our last card, I'm pretty sure. Onermancy. Oh, he's playing Wild Boar. It's going to get an okay value, but... Okay, we do actually end up having to play our last card. Let's just get a hit here. GG. Okay, we didn't try super hard in that last one once he made his mistake round 1, but still took the win naturally. It's kind of hard to come back from only down 2 cards. What do we have here? Oh, Deadeye Ambush. Again, the question remains, is this going to be the Simloss and... Well, I want to say they all have Simloss. The Waylay spam deck, or is this going to be more of a standard swarm deck? And it could also be Traps. Traps got a buff with the buff to some of the elves, although typically they don't run as many. So they probably got the weakest buff of all those. We're going first, so we want round control. We want to bleed out Simloss and the scenario round 2 is our goal here. Against round 3, the reason we want to do this is because normally I'd say our long round's really good, but the issue with this long round matchup is he gets all the Deadeyes, then Vernacio kills all of our tokens. We can deny that by transforming them into Firesworn Zealots, because they won't die and we'll take block on armor, but that's not something I want to count on. So I'd rather just get the round control here, and then try and bleed out those things. Especially if it's the Waylay deck, we definitely want that bled out. Okay, so he does not have the Bowman. I'm checking for that with Disciple. That's nice to know. And with that +1 point, he can't kill this with the melee damage 3 by 3 elf. He does have the Bowman. Huh. Weird. I wanted to check for that last turn. But he had it. I didn't play it. Lost a point of value. Weird. Von Hearst. Let's go Ferko. We don't have a cleric for Von Hearst, and our hand doesn't really have anyone I want to play. Any of them I want to play, so we'll go Congregate here with Ferko. Doesn't mean we're not going to get a Dice Array this round. But we have Bank, so we have an option of it. And we do have the Tiger's Eye to spawn a bunch of guys. Or not guys, just give us coins. Let's see here. The question is, what do we want to commit? I guess there's not too much. Okay, there's the Vanity. So it's going to be the Waylay spam deck. Definitely need to win this and bleed that at combo out round 2 at least. Procession of Penance, we have 4 tokens. So we can't quite do that yet. Let's go with this. Probably another Fallen Knights, the best choice. So we can bank. Von Hearst will... Again, we don't have a... what's it called? A cleric, but we get a lot of stuff from him that we can go transforming for the fees. Our only other fee card is Helvede. And with Helvede, we really want to hold on to him. He might die here to the... Okay, there's a Waylay. So he's going to go with another Waylay, and then he's going to shuffle into the deck. I think we go Helvede here. And then we keep Cyrus. This should pretty much do it. Do a transform. Transform. Do we leave space for Von Hearst? Nah, I don't think we do. Let's just go for the spawning. We could have left space and not used Helvede there, so Von Hearst could spawn, but this is why. Thought he would kill some stuff. And honestly, the issue here is now the ranged elf will spawn 2 tokens, so we'll go Procession of Penance. That's still only a 10-point play, though. And as long as he's doing that, Von Hearst will be spawning more guys. There it is. I thought the Tour reveal would come down here, round 1. I wasn't super concerned about Von Hearst not having space. Go with this. Maybe get our Fallen Knight. Or our Procession of Penance. Let's go Procession. Let's go... There's not enough turns for this to matter. And if he has Scorch or Igni, our Fallen Knight is higher, so we can play this melee without too much concern. And we're going to pass here no matter what, I think. Okay, good. The reason I say pass no matter what is because the only way he was winning this is with Leader Charges and Vernaciel. Or Leader Charges Isengrim, but that's closer. Vernaciel's pretty close too. So now round 2, we need to force out the Simloss Waylays, and we want to force out the scenario. That'll probably require Leader Charges, but our hand round 3 is going to be pretty bad no matter what. So I think we go with this Disciple we kind of want for spawning purposes. And we'll go Cyrus into our Fallen Knights here. The question is, does he have removal for Cyrus? If he does not, we're in a super good spot here. There's Fallen Knight. Ulrich on Disciple is not the best Ulrich target, but it is a target. He cannot kill Cyrus. Unfortunately, we didn't get any more Fallen Knights round 1. So I kind of think, what's he going to bring back? It's Disciple, right? Yeah, just the one Disciple. It's still an improvement. I'll go here, and then we'll go Ulrich. With this dice array, all of these Disciples will actually be pretty handy. Spawn a whole bunch of tokens here. If he's going to go with the Waylay, it's going to be this turn, probably. He's going to want to kill Cyrus, and then our Disciple. He could also go for the Fallen Knight. He's going to have 4 Waylays. So each one's 6 plus 2. That's a 26-point play we have to deal with. He will get ahead. Then we'll have to commit really hard and see if we can't force out the scenario as well from him. There's the 4 Waylays. He's going to go for Cyrus. That's probably smart. Does lose a little bit of value. Okay. Still fairly close here. We'll play our other Disciple and keep on spawning tokens. These aren't really committal plays. Jacques and Dice Array are big committal plays. The thing is, even if we save them for round 3, as long as he still has his scenario, we will lose. So we're going to spawn this, get a coin, use this ability, then we'll go with Jacques here. We can't really win this without forcing out the scenario here. This is kind of our issue in the matchup. We need the Waylay combo and the scenario gone. Okay, so you can go for Isengrim here, Vernaciel, one of those. Vernaciel. We do lose several tokens, which isn't great. But we still have to keep going. The thing is, with Vernaciel gone, let's kill off a token here. I think... What is this? Yeah, I don't think he has enough with Isengrim. He's going to have to play the scenario from his hand. 3, 6. There's Isengrim. It's not going to be enough. And now he has to play the scenario. Oh, it's not the scenario. Okay. So we probably lose here. I thought that was the scenario he was holding on to, but it wasn't. A little awkward there. But we have a chance if he does not draw it. So he's going to draw 3 and then redraw 2. He's more likely than not to draw it, but there's not a small chance he doesn't get it. But if he does get it, it's his game over, unfortunately. Dice Array here, honestly, maybe not the best card. He does 3 damage and then boosts a couple points. This guy's probably not great either. Fallen Light into Congress. Okay, we can maybe do this, put this back. It's not going to be a great card. And there's the Ownermancy. Yeah, he did play that last round, so there's the scenario. That will be GG here. Kind of curious. He could have Waylays, so we'll play these cards. He could be, like, if he has 2 Waylays in his hand, we still have a chance, but he's not going to because he sim-lost them out. A Rebuke or something. No, it's not an elf. That's GG. Let's see. We'll just play this anyway. See what his last card is. And it's going to be Yavin. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.